Hello, greetings from the Mosel. Welcome to my podcast about Mosel wines. Today our topic is the vine and its ancient environment, but also viticulture today. The vines grew, let's say, 5, 6, 7,000 years ago, usually in river valleys, close to the water, and they were climbing up trees or other plants, and they were used to a good water supply. They were used to a warm and also humid climate. And today, when we do viticulture, we do have to consider these original environmental influences that the vine had, and to what the vine has gotten used to in all these thousands of years. And today, when we do viticulture, we try not to, so to speak, let the vine grow on just some cotton that is drenched in water and nutritions, and it would have everything to grow maybe, but it's not what makes a vine live happily and produce great grapes for great wines. What we do today is we try to reenact what the vine had in its beginning or throughout the last thousands of years, when it was still living uncultivated or uncultured without help of human beings. We first of all try to recreate the tree or the plant that it grows up. And it grows up, the tree, because it wants to reach the sunlight. It wants to get as much energy from the sun as possible in order to do photosynthesis and to have its metabolism run. And therefore, we put a post at each vine. There are different trellising system, as it is called. There's also the post and wire system, where you have posts with wires spanned in between. So the vine has a matrix, a grid, where it can grow up. In the Mosel, in the steep slopes, it's sometimes hard to work with the post and wire system because you can only go up and down, and it's hard to go sideways because the wires would be in the way. So we have an many century old traditional trellising system called the Mosel single post system with the hard binding. And here we put one post to each vine, and we take 2 shoots that used to be green last summer and have turned brown and woody over the winter, and we tie those in the shape of a heart and tie it tight to the vine. And beginning with spring and throughout the vegetation period, the shoots come out. Some of the shoots get shortened or cut, and the others are tied up the post, just like the vine would do it along a tree. We have also the possibility to give the vine all the nutritions that it used to have in former times. In former times, a lot of the nutritions came from the leaves and branches from other plants surrounding the vine that fell on the ground and that got deteriorated by animals, by bacteria, or by little insects. And for that we use compost. We use shredded leaves and shredded branches or parts of wood that compose or decompose over time, and we spread that out in the vineyard. And that gives nutritions from the plant side, plant nutritions to the vines that are very important, and that makes the vine happy. The vines also need manure or animal nutritions, and when the vine was still growing up trees, it got those nutritions from animals that dropped something off in its own way, some manure. Close to the vine, and these nutritions came into the soil and were taken on by the vine. And today we do this by fertilizing with cow manure, for example, horse manure or chicken manure. There are many different things maybe a mix of it is very helpful, and that's also something that a vine needs and that we have to provide as viticulturalists or as vintners. Another aspect which is not very appetizing when you talk about it, but which is also part of nature, is that sometimes an animal died and died next to a vine, and it got also decomposed, and these nutrients came into the soil as well. That's something that is also important, and of course we cannot use any dead animals or anything, and we don't want to do that, but we can use parts like bones or for example horns of cow horn, and shred cow horn and put that in the vineyard to create this effect that the vine took advantage of when it was still living as a wild vine. So viticulture is a mix of providing all the things that vines are used to in nature, but also to take it to another level, a higher level. It means trying to help nature as humans to do something or produce something better than it would if it didn't get any help. So it's up to us. It's our work, and it's our cooperation with nature to produce things of a higher level, like a great wine. And in order to do so, we have to think about the vine and its ancient version and environment, and we have to think about the vine, what we can do to make it better, help it to live better and to produce better grapes and better products. And this is what winemakers think about every day, and it's our job, and it's what we do, and what we have to do to produce great wines. And I hope you can taste it in the glass, in the wine. And I say greetings from the Mosel. Come and see us in our region and explore what I just told you about. And I hope to see you soon. Cheers.